Hey, hey, hey. Oh, let's get the show on the road, guys. Another very short notice pop up for Nomadic Band Man. That's okay. That's okay. We're on short notice today. Okay. As the title shows and says, I was at Chichen Itza. And you can't say that like a real Mayan. But I was at Chichen Itza on the day of the spring solstice, on the day, and saw the snake god, the feather snake god, descend the temple. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, encourage everyone if you're ever in Cancun or Chichen Itza in the area, Valladolid or any of those towns close there, on those days, September the 20th, well, it's roughly the September 21st and roughly March the 21st. Sometimes September 23rd, 22nd, it all depends on what year it is, I suppose. But this year it was March the 21st. I was going to go on the 20th when there was supposedly supposed to be less people, but it was cloudy that day. And it's actually a good thing I probably didn't go. And I went the next day, it said in the weather forecast it was supposed to be sunny and hot. And it was. It was over 30 degrees. Michael, hello, my friend, my brother. You're the only one in the house. Uh, I wanted to show love and support. I got lots of pictures and video. I just put out a video today. I don't know if you've seen it of just the snake part. I've got lots of other video to put up about how the echoing works there when you clap your hands. It sounds like that bird. The bird is called Quetzal, the Quetzal bird. And it sounds like that when you clap your hands in front of the pyramid. It goes pew, 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 pew. Sounds beautiful. And then there's the puck the puck. It's a game they used to play with. They hit the ball with their hip or their elbows or their shit. They can't kick the ball and get it through that hoop that's on the wall. Now, when you're right in there and you clap your hands, hello, Diane, welcome in. When you clap your hands in the Octopuck Stadium there, you can hear an echo back and forth 7 times. They were very, uh, they knew that, I don't know how they knew that build it that way, but the pyramid is like 91 stairs going up all 4 sides. The whole pyramid, the whole temple is a calendar. Everything on there means something. There's 4 sides, like every pyramid, but it's not a pyramid; it's a temple. And there's 91 stairs going up each side, so that's 364. 4 times 91, 364, and then the top level, 365. So 365 days of the year, and each stair meant something. And their calendar ended on December 21st, 2012. And it wasn't supposed to be the end of the world. Some people said it was the end of the world or something, but no, it wasn't the end of the world. It was the end of one civilization to another. Their what was the name of their god? Their like Chichen Itza itself is 1,500 years old, but oh, Balon, Balon, Bolon, or Bolon, Yokte, Bolon Yokte. It all started 5,136 years ago, is when the first Mayan calendar was created, 5,136 years ago. And the end of that calendar ended December 21st, 2012. And that's when all the 9 planets lined up in a straight line. But a lot of people thought they were trying to say that it was the end of the world, but no, it wasn't. It was just to commemorate a new beginning. Well, hello, Diane. Nice to have you in here. So it's I actually got some video of me touching the rocks, the walls that they built. Now, when you do that, you put your hand on there. That makes the hair on your neck stand up. Let me tell you, it feels like you can see the Mayan leader there talking to you. It's just incredible that those rocks are 1,500 years old, and you're there touching them. Like it's amazing, and to see I know you can see the temple on YouTube and what have you. You can see it in my videos, but it does no justice. You have to visit the place and see it for yourself. It is simply, it's just awe-inspiring to see this. Today not worth a hill of beans or a haul of beans, but God will get me through it. You're not feeling too well today? Ron Darrell is in the house again. Hello there, buddy. How you doing? I take it because you're in here. You're not on a live yourself. What do you use to do lives with? Do you use StreamYard or Zoom or what do you use? I don't see the little duck in the corner, so you either must have paid for it or using something else completely. Looks good though, works good. And there is supposed to be a way that if you buy StreamYard, you can do multiple, like, I don't know if you call them speakers or whatever. But EV Mux is the same way. But with the free version though, you can have guests on, or StreamYard. Yeah, okay, cool. With EV Mux, you can have something called guests, like you can in StreamYard free one, or you can have something called speakers. A speaker is different than a guest. They can like take over the live stream. Also, a speaker can share videos, can share they can do all kinds of different things as a speaker. A guest can't do that. A guest can just come on and um, just like in StreamYard, in the free version, of course. And even in the free version of StreamYard, they give you quite a bit of stuff that you can do. Although I'm not sure, I can see that my camera fills the screen. I can't put myself in the little corner up on top if I wanted to. I like to do things like that with my live stream. And Ron, did you see the video live stream of what the heck is his new channel name? He used to be called Paper Bag Nomad. I think he's just called something Nomad now. I can't remember his. I'm subscribed to him and everything else, but I just can't remember the what his new channel name is. He's changed channels a few times, but he doesn't wear a paper bag anymore. He took his paper bag off his head. But he had a live stream just the other night, and he had uh, a few guests on. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad at all. Resident nomad. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, I've been following him. He's been following me since he got started. I think way back, way back, and he does, we follow each other's ideas. Like sometimes he did a cooking thing, and I liked his the way he did his chicken there, so I had to do it, and then yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, Raymond's all right. Resident nomad, yes. No matter of the spelling. As a matter of fact, I put out my new video today, and it's called Kukulkan Kukulkan uh, Snake God Descends. I spelled descends wrong, and that was my thumbnail. So I just went on just a few minutes ago, and he and changed the spell, changed the spelling. Like I said, I'm a horrendous speller. I can't spell very well, but when I find out that I have spelled something wrong, I don't like it. And with all the spell checkers around, you think it would I would be using that. Yeah, he's quite the guy, quite the silly guy. Yes, he does really good. In my opinion, really good content. I like his. I like the way he does his uh, his videos. You saw that, and put a link to Corey's temple explanation in the comments. Corey, I don't know if I know Corey, but that's just the like when you go there to Chichen Itza, you get a tour guide that takes you all around to uh, all the different ruins there. So that when they stand in front of the pyramid, they explain everything about the pyramid and how it all works. Like the whole. It's not even a pyramid; it's a temple. But they explain everything about the temple and how it's a calendar and how it works, and the carvings on the walls of when you go to Paktapak. You see how they played ball there, and what the carvings mean. You see a man kneeling there with no head, and that's what they would do. Is the losing team? They would not decapitate them all, but they made sacrifice to the their gods. Corey Cooper amputee lifestyle. Corey Cooper. I don't think I know that name. Hmm. I'm not subscribed to everybody, unfortunately. But I came to Mexico in the first place to learn of the culture of how it all got started. And so I've learned a lot. And as I'm going to put up my videos, I've got lots of footage of Chichen Itza. And as I put it up, I'm going to explain more about um, of what how about Chichen Itza and why they built that temple the way they did. It's not exactly north, south, east, and west. It's 17 degrees off, so that only twice a year on the when the when the day and the night are the same length, the equinox, uh, the temple is 17 degrees off east and north, or north and south, so that the sun, the shadow from the tears goes on the snake, and then this all that's left is the sunshine down the stairs that looks like a snake. And then they put big rock carved snake heads at the bottom, so that would light up if the sun was up, light up, and then all the way the snake starts at the top and comes all the way down. Just amazing. Corey is a driver. Oh, all right, Ron. He's a driver. Goes all over. Oh, I'd have to look him up. Corey Cooper. Thanks for letting me know. So yeah, I was mentioning that the Mayan calendar is that's that round thing, and it's got 3 different parts that would turn, and the outside is they had 18 months in a year, and each month had 19 days, except one month had 5 days, and that five day month was like a bad time for them. They would sacrifice things, and they would, that was a bad period in time, those 5 days. But it's amazing how they predicted. Better take that phone call there, Diane. It's amazing how they predicted the planets and everything and how it would move, and eclipses and things, and they had no telescopes. They they didn't have, they could, how did they even know that there was planets, that those twinkling things up there were planets? I mean, they probably looked at the sky and saw these twinkling things, and took a long time to figure out what they were. Search and rescue driving. Oh, wow. Corey was at Corey's temple exploration. Was he at the temple this year, or was that like years ago? I was at Chichen Itza 10 years ago myself, and but I didn't learn very much of the culture. So now when I went this time, I wanted to learn more about their carvings. My goodness, there's one wall there that's got skulls carved in, rows and rows of skulls. Like they were really into sacrificial ways that like they would cut their opponents' heads off. But sacrifice to them meant more to them than it does today to us. They kind of looked forward to that, like the puck-to-puck players. They wanted to be the most valuable player on the team because that's, I think that, well, it all depends. It's some say this, some say that. It all depends on who you're listening to of your tour guide. They wanted to be sacrificed. They thought that's an honor to be sacrificed to the gods because in order to get to heaven instantaneously, the minute you're sacrificed, you go to heaven instantaneously, and that's how you would do it, is to be sacrificed. Otherwise, it took you a longer period of time. So they would sacrifice children in the cenote. That's if you're standing at the temple where the snakeheads are, and you walk away from that and walk several hundred meters straight out, you'll come to a cenote, and that cenote is where they would sacrifice the children. When they did scuba diving in there, they found bones and things at the bottom, and it's pretty deep. But they found children's bones down there, and amongst other things. But quite the history. The only part of going to Chichen Itza that I did not like was the little vendors they have all the way down the walkways that you're going to the cenote, and on either side is tiny little like wagons with stuff you could buy. Like they had little whistles you could buy that sound like a bird, and they had some that sounded like a jaguar would make the sound. So you'd be walking along, and they would blow on these whistles, and you, what the heck was that? And they're making the sound of the jaguar, or the sound of the Quetzal bird. That's the bird that when they clap their hands, and where the steps are for the temple, you clap your hands standing down the bottom. You can't climb on the temple anymore. They used to be able to. Even 10 years ago when I was there, that you couldn't climb on the temple. But before that, you could. They allowed people to go up to the top there. They're very, very, very steep steps. Like if you tripped and fell, that'd be it. You're going all the way down. And it's 91 stairs. So, but when you clap your hands in front of the staircase, you can't hear your hand clapping as an echo, but you hear that it goes pew, 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 pew. Sounds like that bird. And then in the Poctopoc arena, or like stadium there, when you clap your hands in there, the sound echoes back and forth like 7 times. If you could count real quick, it's tick, 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 tick when you clap. It's very, very, very fast, but you can count. You can hear that. And it's the largest Poctopoc field, I think, in the world. And it's like almost like a football field long. And the leaders would sit on either side. And you can't climb on there or go up there. Hello, Sharon. Thank you for popping in. Michael was here. I think he's gone now. He had something to do. And Diane, I think is on a phone call or something, that she said she'd be right back. And Ron Darrell was in the house, and he said he might come back too. So you're falling and can't get up. Oh no. I don't know if you've noticed my latest video today. I just put up on Chichen Itza, the Kukulkan. I can't say it like a Mayan. Kukulkan. Kukulkan. The feathered snake god descending the stairs. Yeah, the temple is four-sided, like it's a pyramid, but it's not a pyramid, it's a temple. It's got 91 stairs on all four sides. 91 on this side, 91 on this side. So if you add up 91 times 4, it comes to 364. And then the top platform is 365 days of the year. And then they have 9 tiers, like 18 was a sacred number for them. No, 13, sorry. And the whole temple is a calendar in itself. You take 9 tiers times 4 times the 3 things on each tier. It's that's why I came here in the first place, to find out the culture of the Mayans and the Aztecs. And there's so many groups in the history that it's hard to take it all in. But I wanted to learn about the Mayans, especially because the Mayans were mathematicians, astrologers. They were more advanced than anyone else in the world at one time. They were more advanced than Galileo or any, and they didn't have telescopes. How they knew the difference between a star and a planet. Like, even when I'm here in the 21st century, and I look up there and I see a star, I can't tell you whether it's unless someone says that bright star is Venus. And then Venus is just they tell me it's a planet, but to me it's just a white dot in the sky. I don't know that it's a real planet. How did they know that one dot was a planet and that dot over there was another planet? And without a telescope, they're simply amazing. But they have no bueno on math. Yeah, no. I hated school all my life, and then when I was probably in my 50s, I went back to school to take a little bit more. But I love mathematics. It's amazing. Math is a universal language. Um, Everything revolves around mathematics. And I wasn't no brain at mathematics, but I didn't like history. I didn't like literature. I didn't like. I sure like history now, but I didn't in school. Science class and math class I liked in school. And then when I went back, when I was in my 50s, I took math again. And some people that were in the class, it was simply amazing, like how they didn't know how math worked. And I would help, do some help with them, because I didn't understand certain things on the courses that I was taking, that they helped me. And I thought, well, I could help them with mathematics. Yeah, give me a calculator. No kidding. Yeah, you see I don't know if the Mayans, that's something I still don't know. Whether the Mayans and the Mayans were a southeast group of people, and they had control over like 1,000 different cities, uh, places. Like I don't know if you call them cities, but and then the Aztecs were a northwesterly group of peoples, and I don't know if they actually were in existence at the same time and clashed, or were the Mayans. There was a group before the Mayans, and then the Mayans evolved from that group. And I forget their name. I have to look this all up again because I want to remember this. The group that came before the Mayans, they didn't do sacrifices. What they would do is bloodletting in order to appease the gods, to help with their crops or to help with their, you know, they would do circumcisions, and the blood on the earth would be a sacrifice to the. That's what their sacrifice was, to be circumcised and let the blood, uh, go on the earth. And then when the Mayans were, I think they evolved from them, or they were all together, and then that kind of group died out, and there's just the Mayans. The Mayans did more of the sacrificial, actually human sacrifice, children even. Like the sacrifice to them was, uh, that's what you wanted to be. It was sacrifice because it was a holy thing. And I guess when your whole society of people uh, was built on sacrifice, it wouldn't bother you. They wanted to be sacrificed because that's how they would get to heaven immediately. Because if you were sacrificed, you would immediately go to heaven. Whereas if you weren't sacrificed and you just died of old age or accident of some sort, it takes you a long time to get to heaven. I don't know how long, but that's what they believed in, and I guess they thought it was an honor to be sacrificed. And the puck players, they tried their best to be the best player on the team because that person would be sacrificed. As a matter of fact, when you're there and you're in the puck where they played the game, the carvings on the walls were simply amazing. Like they dressed with, now the tour guide says they don't know whether they had leather or what they were wearing, what the armor was that they were wearing to, um, like whether it was like wood with carved, or it was a kind of a leather of some sort. I mean, they must have known about leather because they're animal, they didn't have metals. Well, 1,500 years old is how old the Maya, how old Chichen Itza is. Now, the Mayans were there probably before that, but Chichen Itza itself is 1,500 years old. And their culture goes back 5,136 years. That's when their calendar started, when the god, what was his name again? Bolon? Bolon, 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 and then Yokte, Yokte. I don't know if they say the Y as a Y, Yokte. That's the god that was here, and he started the calendar 5,136 years ago. And that calendar cycle ended on December 21st, 2012. That's why everybody thought the end of the world was coming, because the Mayans predicted it. But they didn't predict the end of the world. They predicted the end of that 5,000 year calendar, and a new calendar started. You'd be like a road runner, but yeah. Yeah, me too. Well, then again, like I said, if you're actually a part of that civilization, that wouldn't bother you. You would probably be thinking of, how do I get sacrificed? What do I have to do to get to be sacrificed? I heard one, like when you go to Chichen Itza, you can get a tour guide that walks to all these different places with you, like to the temple, to the Paktapak thing, to this observatory, to all these different places. And he's explaining the whole culture behind what you're seeing, and the carvings in the rocks, and how everything worked, and how the people lived. And there's a lot of times when they just simply don't know. They just had to guess on how things worked. Yeah, human sacrifice. And children, like I said, there's four sides to the temple. And on the one side, where the snake comes down, there's two snake heads on either side of the steps, carved in rock. And twice a year is when the sun shines, and then the shadow falls from it looks like a slithering snake. And you'll see on my videos there, if you watch it, you can see the sun with these bumps underneath it with the shadow. That's the snake, and there's a snake head at the bottom. Well, those stairs, those 91 steps, if you come down those steps and then just keep walking several hundred meters, you come to a cenote. Cenote is you know what it is. It's like a big round, well, it happens to be round, sunken land, and then there's water inside of there. You know, it was quite a ways down, but the water was 21 meters deep there. That's a long way. That's pretty deep. But anyways, in that cenote there, you can't go swimming in that one. The water is kind of greenish color. Looks like you can't. Hey, Michael is back. Thank you for coming back. So that cenote there has a lot of bones at the bottom, children's bones. So that's where they would sacrifice the children, is in that particular cenote. But each of the four sides of this temple point to a cenote. I just got a new, what do you call it? WestJet is who I fly with. They just sent me a new itinerary. I guess they can bump you whenever they like, but they said we've changed your itinerary. And I said, oh, okay. So I fly on the same day. Now my old itinerary was on May the 5th at 1 o'clock. I would fly out of Cancun. I get to Calgary. Then I have a 1 or 2 hour layover, and then I go to Medicine Hat. And so they changed it. I fly out of here on the same day, May the 5th, but at a later time. And I get to Calgary at 9:30 at night. And then I can't fly I fly from Calgary to Medicine Hat the next morning at 9. So I have a 12-hour layover in Calgary. and no, I don't think I'm going to actually. There is hotel right at the airport. They're twice as much money as a hotel uh, a little ways away, the closest hotels. But I just can't afford to pay, $150 or $200 Canadian to stay one night. 12, you go in there, you're in there for 12 hours and it costs you over $100. Like, if I had lots of money, I wouldn't be so cheap as I am. I don't have money. I don't have any money. I can't afford a hotel. So I'm going to have to sleep at the airport somehow for 12 hours. I'm going to have to find somewhere to put my head and then get ready for the flight back the next day. And I would leave at 9, and then at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm back at Medicine Hat on the Saturday. So I still leave on the 5th of May here. So another month and a few days, and it's all over. I'm it's going to go fast, and it's too bad I couldn't stay here. I wouldn't mind moving here to Mexico somewhere, maybe not to Cancun. I've been to Cancun 7 times, and it would be nice to go somewhere else. But Cancun is becoming not as cheap as what people think anymore. It's just as some things are just as much money here as they are in Canada. I mean, they got good dentistry. Their healthcare is excellent. Their healthcare is almost better than back in my country. Um, their rent is probably cheap, but their just to buy things, or groceries and stuff, is not cheap. Or yeah, not cheap anymore. Not like it used to be. Now, a lot of Americans come here to move here, and from my understanding is they want to live like they do in the U.S. in Mexico. So they would, like, houses here can't be built out of wood. They don't have forestry here. I mean, there's jungle, and it's thick with trees, but uh, put up a link. What do you mean by a link? So the Americans want to have a house that's just like back home, but the houses here are really small compared to the U.S. and Canada. Very small, but most of them are all 2 stories, sometimes 3 stories. Can you put up a link to a link? What kind of a link? To my video, you mean? My Chichen Itza video? Oh, to come up on the live. Yeah, there's a link here. Hang on. Copy link. And then paste. That's the link there. It should be the one anyway. It looks like it. I should actually be wearing headphones. I don't know where my headphones are even. And Ron Ron Darrell was in the house, but said he was going to be right back. I don't know if he popped back in, or he does lots of lives, so he's doing his own thing. He probably has certain times that he goes on. I don't know exactly. I don't go there all the time, so I don't know when he's busy. I went on last night onto one of his lives and chatted on there for a while. I'm not supposed to be eating these candies, but I am. I like them. They're too sweet for one thing, and then they're not probably good for my teeth. I'm not supposed to be chewing even peanuts with these teeth. They're like a hard taffy candy on top of a peanut, or a nut of some kind. Maybe I'll set them over there. But I really enjoyed myself when I went to, you can get a tour from Cancun to Chichen Itza, and they go over the tour, and then they take you back. That's a 12-hour thing. It's like 3 hours drive there, 3 hour drive back, and then it's probably 6 hours of being there. And Chichen Itza closes at 5. So there is a little town that's about 15 minutes away from Chichen Itza. That's where I went, Valladolid. I went to Valladolid for 3 nights, and for 4 days, 3 nights. And then I went to Chichen Itza from Valladolid, which is only like a 15-minute drive. So I got to go real early. Yeah, I should be wearing headphones too there, Michael, myself, because then, especially when you have guests, like EV Mux is different with guests. You can talk privately with the guest, and then or talk when you both come on, or you can talk privately back and forth audio. I don't know if you can do that in StreamYard. I'm in StreamYard right now. Eventually I'm gonna drop StreamYard altogether and just use EV Mux, because when I go back to Alberta, I won't do pop-up lives like I do now. It's just I'm sitting in a house. Justin and Christina, well, hello, love you guys. Thanks for stopping in. Hello, everybody. We're going to have a surprise guest. If anybody else wants to come up online or up on the panel, please feel free to do so. There is a link there. Michael Santana is looking for his headphones and getting ready. He said he would like to come up. So anybody else that's in the house there that wants to come up online, just click on the link. You go into the green room. And like I said, Ron Darrell was in the house earlier. He said he'd be right back. Probably had a few things to do there. And Diane is, or was, or still is, could be still in the house. Sharon is here. And we were just discussing the Chichen Itza video that I just put up about the Mayan god Kublai Khan. You're trying to get your dogs. And Diane is here, by the way. An excellent moderator, let me tell you. She had scared somebody away yesterday or the other day here when I had actually a troll. I went to look up that channel. And you were right there, Diane. There's no videos, no subscribers, no nothing. Well, there's one video. I don't know if it's actually him. Him and a boy jumping on a trampoline. Usually a troll is not that, like, doesn't have content at all, which was strange. But just the whole idea, yeah, he had absolutely nothing, no content except for one video and no subscribers, and then he only said one word and then left, or he said something about my glasses. Is the reflection, or do I look goofy? I don't really care what people think of what I look like, but I need a shave myself. I've been thinking all day long. I have to have a shave, and I was busy doing things, and I'm still. It's at night now, and I'm still haven't had my shave today. But you told them to say, you told them to play nice or say goodbye. Yeah, really. Oh, that's what I should be looking up. Let me go to YouTube and have a look at this. Um, I have it set up for, I changed it to 10 minutes, which means in order for you to comment on my lives, you have to be a subscriber for a minimum of 10 minutes. And then you can comment. So if you come in, you're not subscribed, you can't comment. You have to be a subscriber. And once you subscribe, after 10 minutes, then you can come in and comment. So let me just see if I've got that actually set up that way. So let's edit the video. Or I mean, let's edit the live stream. Is it under customization? Oh, okay, it's not set to subscribers. I have to do this every time to change it. So subscribe for, let's put it for 10 minutes and save. It doesn't really stop trolls from coming in, but it's a deterrent. I mean, they have to subscribe then. Sure, they can come in, they can subscribe, wait their 10 minutes, come in, say what they got to say, go out, and then unsubscribe. But it's probably more of a deterrent than, like, why should I bother? You felt the same, but you shaved today. They choose not to play nice, so I help them say goodbye, boo-bye. So that must be Justin that's doing some typing there today. So that link that you are you looking for the link to StreamYard there, Michael? YouTube. I don't know which link that is. I can't click on it myself. Whatever that link is. Oh, the link to the come on. If anybody else wants to come online or up on the panel, there is a link there. You can click on it, which will take you to the basement. I can still say no, but and I should be looking for my headphones. Hang on, I'll see if I can find them. They should be like right here behind the. Yeah, here they are. Now, StreamYard does guests different than EB Mux does. Whereas on EB Mux, I can have guests or I can have speakers. Hello, testing 1 2. And speakers and guests are treated differently. Yeah, well, thank you guys for coming in. Anyways, that's the whole idea. Is to share whatever you have Oh, now that I plugged my headphones in, I'm probably working off this microphone and not the microphone on the computer, which might sound completely different. Oh, Justin and Christina. Okay, so how you do that is just type exclamation point and spell the word Justin, because that's the first word of their channel. And then poof, there it is. It puts it up on, and I actually spelt it as Justin and Christina. And then Michael's, Michael. I think Sharon's is in there, might be. It's easy to use the bot to do the links. You don't have to go out looking for the link. You just type exclamation point, which is the communication symbol for yeah, I've been subscribed to Justin and Christina for a long time now, since before their baby, a few years now. And they're total van dwellers. Yeah, check each other's channel out if you haven't done so already. It's totally free to go have a look, and it's totally free to subscribe. I just went through part of my list, ones that I've subscribed to, and there's a lot on there that I've subscribed to that I don't even go watch. Like, oh, there's Michael in the basement. Let's see if we can get him here in here. We'll add in here. There we go.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing there, Michael, my brother?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing fine, perfectly fine.
Awesome. How's everybody?
My back feels much better.
Nice. So,
Ron,
I'm sorry.
no, it says Ron may not make it back. Family member. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Diane, for letting us know.
So I can't see the text.
You can't? Okay,
Right.
how can that work? You can't see the text.
Yeah, I can't.
Like, you can see it now, right?
I can't only when you throw it up.
Yeah, I'm not quite too sure how StreamYard works that. I thought you could. It's too bad that you can't see the text. Unless anybody out there knows there's no buttons on the bottom of your screen, Michael, for it to show the text at all?
No, because it took me out of YouTube and it sent me over to.
You know what?
To,
I was thinking about that. If do you know somebody called Kenneth Oakes, aka
yeah,
Kenneth Oakes?
Yep. Yeah.
Now,
I know Ken.
Yeah, he streams all the time too, and he always explained that if you're a guest, you have to have two instances running, like the guest one. Then you need another
device,
device, and have the YouTube to see it. Now on EVMux, it's completely different. You can see the text with EV. Well, I'm using StreamYard tonight, just because.
Right.
But
for tonight, I can pop up the text on the screen so that you can see it.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. Mhm.
Justin just says here, you can't see YouTube chat in StreamYard. Okay.
Okay. But you can. Well, you're on a computer too, so
Yeah, and the host can see that. Yeah. Now, if on the paid version of StreamYard, I can have you as a controller person, like another host, which then you could probably see that. But I don't have a paid version.
uh you guys are a mess. You guys are a mess. Yeah, I know Ken. I watch him on other platforms. So yeah. He lives up in Virginia, I think. Or maybe here
Yeah,
in Tennessee. Actually, I think he lives here in Tennessee, toward up in the northeast side of Tennessee.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
So how's I want to get that video. I'm sorry, I'm being distracted here. I want to get that video up to you soon. I've got it.
Oh,
I've got it. I got it ready. But one of the things. So for those who don't know, I do a lot of photography and stuff like that, and video. I guess I'm talking to Justin and them. But today, yeah, this morning I had a doctor's appointment, and there's a tunnel. There's two sets of tunnels here in Chattanooga that they carved out going through. It's called Missionary Ridge, and this is a big Civil War. Chattanooga is a big Civil War city, strategically positioned well. But anyhow, so I was going through those tunnels, and when I went through those tunnels, um, I was for a long time, and I've been telling people, I was like, man, I want to take some video of coming through these tunnels. So this morning, I was able to do it. So I set my camera up in my car, and I ran through the tunnels, and I turned around, I came back up through, and it was really cool. Now, this was during the daytime. Now I want to go back and do it at night, where you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But when you come through the other side, so when you come through Missionary Ridge, you come through the tunnel, and you're coming up one side of the ridge, and then you come out the other side, and you see the whole downtown Chattanooga, which is really cool. So I'm excited to get those shots because I've been wanting to do it for a while. So I'm going to be releasing those soon also. I want to put some
cool.
really.
How long is the tunnel?
It's a couple hundred yards, maybe 300 yards. Yeah.
So is there lights inside of it at night?
Oh yeah, there's lights in it in the daytime also, and you can really see them come when I'm going through it. You can really see it. It's really awesome. And also, I want to go down with my camera and set it up for long exposure so I can do some light art.
Oh yeah.
Inside the tunnel there.
Oh.
So it's gonna be I'm really excited about that one too. There's a couple of things I'm working on, but I at least got those out of the way.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of when you put that your video that you want to put up on the cloud there, and then I'll download it again.
Yeah, I think that works out good putting it in the Dropbox like that because it's bigger files. So yeah, I'll get that. I'll shoot that out. I'd like to do it because for me, it's easier for me to do it like a night like this. instead of on a Sunday,
Uh-huh.
just because that's my honeydew list.
Yeah,
On,
yeah.
on,
Well,
on,
that's like I said, it's your baby there. So whenever you want, you can send it, and then whenever you want to do it, let me know, and
absolutely.
I'll put up what do you call it? Put up my live so it can notify
Yeah,
ahead of time.
nice. Are we going to try to do it in? Because I'd like to view it also. So I guess the other one platform would be the best, right?
Yeah,
Or I can get my computer up and do it that
yeah.
way.
Well,
But the
I'd like to do it with the AV Mux program.
nice,
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, well let's look at that here soon. Okay. Sorry, I've been fishing along with it, but if it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Bye, Miss Diana. Love you, hon. Miss you. I miss you a
Yeah.
lot. Reach out to me. Text me.
She's a nice lady, nice
Yes,
girl.
she is. Yes, she is. Very, very, very. She's my buddy.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Um, but anywho, that's about it with me, buddy.
Well, that's good. It's all right. See, you're doing something. Were you sick or something? You said you were saying something here earlier when you first popped in. You're not feeling well or what?
No, I'm good. I'm well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Earlier when I first popped in, I just said I'm just here for a quick moment and I had to leave. But
Oh,
yeah, because I had to get my young one, had to get him in the shower and get him ready for his bed. And I got a 30-year-old and a 12-year-old.
oh wow.
Right?
You gotta, yeah, like that's quite a difference.
Yes, it is. And I tell you what, that goes to tell you how times have changed. Is through the behavior of them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
So a 12-year-old, yeah, okay, that's the youngest one, still at home. The other one's probably gone.
Oh no, he's
He's there
still lives.
too.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know how to leave the litter yet. Right? He just gave me this glare like
Yeah.
it's because I love him. Right, little buddy? Y'all reckon. But yeah, I'm with you. Whenever I go, we got a oh yeah.
That's Justin and Christina. I've been following them since before their 3-year-old was born. So I've been with them
Wow.
for over 3 years already. But yeah, they got a 3-year-old already. I didn't know how old he was, but now I see on here 3 years old. Wow.
Well,
How time flies. Holy smokes.
I think if I heard it right, he's got a great name.
The boy,
Uh-huh.
their son.
Michael. It's Michael, isn't it?
I forget what it is now. They have a dog named Angel. And
I was looking at their one of their videos where they met. They're meeting up with Chrome, and I guess Christina had the camera, and she said something about the little boy. I think his name was Michael, and reading a book.
okay. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, anybody that has your same name, they always have a great name.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Yes,
People
sir.
like to hear their own name.
Yes, sir. I'm really excited to go watch your video, Wayne. I too got to experience that. I was down in Cancun hold on one second, I'll tell you when it was because I got my diving certificate, my certification in Cancun, and
Oh,
so I was down there. Well, hold on a second. This is my
that's
my
your certificate. Okay.
look. This was done in 98.
That's you on there?
Yeah,
Wow. Very young. Holy smokes.
yeah. That was back when we all thought we were invincible.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
uh, um, oh, it is Michael. Oh, it's Mikel. Nice. I like the spelling of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Nice. But anyway, so I didn't even look at the date of that. That's when I was down there, and I got to experience it. But those things that I look back on now, that was a different time of my life, and yeah,
Michael. So you
yep,
accentuate the L.
yep,
Michael.
Michael.
Okay.
So this was in oh 98,
Wow.
and that's when I got to go down and got to experience that with a
23. That's 25 years ago.
whoosh.
Wow.
Wow, 25 years ago. So I would have been 20, like 20. I'd say I'm 58 now, just turned 58.
Yeah. 23.
I'd have been 23, yeah.
So, wow. Holy smokes.
Ooh, where the time went.
You doubled your
But
age.
hey, I'm just happy that happened.
Yeah.
Uh, well, but what I was going to say was when I was down there, that was a different part of my life that I didn't really appreciate the what was what I'd seen because I was drinking real heavy and just blowhard and whatever. But
Yeah.
I got to experience it, and I did take pictures of it. Not trouble. I got to, but I lost my film and all that stuff. I don't even think I even got it developed when I got back because we didn't have digital back then. But I got to experience it, and it was really awesome. And I got to, like you were talking earlier, Wayne, about the Sonokas and how the temple is set, and the 365 stairs. I had a local to explain all that to me when I was down there, and I forgot all about it until you started bringing it up.
Yeah. I just loved it. Like they have a tour guide that takes you around and he
Hmm.
explains everything as you're going. I just loved I don't know why in school I didn't like history, but I love history now. It's just, you know,
Me too. Me
yeah.
too. Um, yeah, because I really love it. Like when I was out at, my wife is from Ocracoke um, Island, which is off the coast of North Carolina. It's part of the Outer Banks. It's really, really gorgeous. So when I went out there, I really dug into the history of Ocracoke. And so people would come out, and I lived out there for years, um, and people would come out there. Now between Memorial and Labor Day, Memorial weekend and Labor Day weekend here in the states. So normally year round, there's 750 50 maybe people that live there year round. But
Okay.
between those two holidays, there's over 7.5 million people that visit that island.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a what it is. It's an old fishing village that pretty much froze in time. No, there's no commercializing. There's no McDonald's. There's no car washes. There's no. Um, yeah, yeah, Justin, you're right. It's a great place, and plus when you're driving down, it's Highway 12, which runs from. It starts at the Virginia North Carolina line, and you've got like Corolla, North Carolina, and it starts way up to the Outer Banks, and then you come on down, and Ocracoke is the very last island in that area that you can actually habitat. It's habitat. But there's some awesome places out there, Wayne. But I would learn the history of it just when people come out. And I did a lot of video work of one of the gentlemen. His name was Kenny Balance, and he was the park ranger, the head park ranger out there and it's part of the national seashore, it's a national park. Um, so Kenny would, go in, and they've got this. If you type in sometime, um, um, North Carolina or Ocracoke Brogue, Broug, I think it is Brogue, and they've got their own dialect of speaking. So it sounds almost like an real old English uh, accent with modern. It's crazy, and if you're not careful, you won't know what they're saying. I mean, and they call it like somebody that's not from there. They call them ding batters, ding batter. But the way they talk, they talk like this right here. So you don't understand what they're saying. It's almost like an Australian talk it's got an old English talk with it, but they talk it, and it's just like, whoa. But it's really, really awesome, and it's fun. Just I like because that part of the history and stuff like that, and just a lot of really cool history stuff that I really enjoy. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I know the southern US has more of an accent than from a Canadian point of view than the northern parts.
So do I have a accent?
Not a heavy accent.
But all right, so
You
I
have
really
an accent, but not a heavy like you were talking there earlier. Not like
right.
that.
So when I did some training for anyway, I did some training for I did some contract stuff with the military or with our government military stuff. But anyway, I did a lot of training up in Canada in Toronto. So when I was up there, people would be like, "Man, where are you from?" And I'm like, because at the time I was living so I moved from Tennessee and moved to Wisconsin for a while. So I picked up both dialects of the languages. So I'm like a chameleon. So I'm in Canada, and all these people. I'm sitting in a bar, and all these people are like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "I'm from Tennessee," and they're like, "No," and then they say, "Well, keep talking. I want to hear you talk. I want to hear you talk," and so they were feeding me beers. Well, the more beers they were feeding me, I really got country on them. I could really get down in the South on them real quick. Go get our taters and go get our maters. And oh, it was funny. It was
Well,
funny.
even now, you have like some words are quite whatever Tennessee or whatever it is, but
right, that southern drawl.
yeah, yeah, some words that you can say you have an accent there with
My
certain words.
like my E's, like Tennessee, Tennessee.
Yeah,
uh, I used to get not made fun of, but I used to get laughed at. I used to spend a lot of time up around Ann Arbor, Michigan, and they, I would sit there talking, and they said, "What do you guys want for dinner?" I said, "Well, let's get some, fried chicken or something like that." And I said, "Make sure we get some baked beans." And they're like, "Some what?" I said, baked beans." And they're like, "What's that?" And I was like, baked beans. And they're like, "Oh, you're talking about baked beans." And because you say it, baked beans.
yeah.
So that was my nickname for a little bit up there in Canada.
You just have to say a lot.
Yeah. So are Justin and Christine, where are you guys from? Are you Canadian also? I guess you are. You're going to see Senate. 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 See, I'd have to really work. Senate.
Sentence, yeah.
Oh, you say
Sentence.
sentence. I say Senate. I don't emphasize the T.
So do Canadians have an accent?
No, not really. You've got more of a how do I say it's almost like a raw your words are you're a Canadian. Oh, okay. Nice. So it's more defined. There's like with us here, when we say words, we'll draw them out, like Tennessee. With Tennessee, it keeps going. With
Yeah.
you, you've got punctuation like in the middle of the word. Say the same word I just said.
What, Tennessee?
No, sentence.
Oh, sentence.
Sentence. So you say sentence.
Yeah.
Here, sentence is just
Sentence.
sentence. The T's gone. There's no T's in it. There's no, it's called, I guess it's lazy talk.
Now, who said something about Sharon? She says about. What's with the word about?
Oh, we're about
Oh, it
to
sounds
go
like a
somewhere.
boat.
Oh, that is in North Carolina when they say, I noticed you guys say it. My friend Jason, he lives above Toronto, and he will say about, but when he says about, just like out in North Carolina, it sounds like a boat. We're going a boat. We're about this.
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
sounds like you're almost saying a boat. It's about
yeah.
it's about this. So yeah, it's the sound like so on part of North Carolina's makeup. So you've got the Outer Banks that run, and if you ever get a map, take a look at it because you've got the Outer Banks, a chain of islands that run. I'm trying to find my camera. You got a chain of islands that run. So here's the United States like this. So this is the East Coast. I'm probably backwards, but you've got a chain of islands that come off and then comes back in like this.
Oh, okay.
So if you just go to North Carolina and just go all the way east, like go to Google Maps or something like that, you'll see the Outer Banks. But there's a thing there, it's called the Pamlico Sound. And it's a sound, and what breaks it up from the ocean is the chain of islands that run off to North Carolina. But that sound is the biggest. Let's see, what is it? I think it is. It's the biggest inlet water in the world.
Oh, wow.
The way it's set up. I think I believe I think I'm telling that right. May let's see. English they oh others and don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. An H.
Okay. You see, Justin and Christina are closer to Quebec, so they do have some French over there, whereas the West doesn't have so much French, spoken. So that's probably why they hear that. I see what they're saying.
When our French Canadian wait, when our French Canadian is it we are when our French it's hard for me. It's small, so I'm having
Yeah,
to.
it's small for me too. It's when the French speak, they take away the H
Oh,
from some words and then add the H to other words that don't have an H in them.
huh.
That's weird.
What would be an example of that? Like what word? I'm asking, I guess, them.
Yeah. So I guess, yeah, when you see a word that has a H in it, sometimes they don't say the H, and then other words that doesn't have an H in it, they say it as an H.
Right. That makes sense. Did they throw up a word that would be?
No, not yet. I've been putting everything up on there right away as soon as it comes up so that you can read it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's small for me too. I can't see it sometimes, but
Yeah, I'm on my cell phone. It just makes a mess of it.
oh yeah, that's even smaller.
Tyler, is this the charger for this? Is that? Huh? It was sitting right here. I didn't know if it was yours or mine. May I borrow this? Okay, sorry. No, I want your charger for this. If you don't mind. Do you care? um,
Oh, they take away the H from the hot dog and then add the H to the word up, like hup. We're going up.
So it'd be
Hot dog.
hot dog. Hot dog.
Yeah. Hot dog without the H on the front.
Really?
She types it in here. She says OT and then the word dog. Hot dog.
Hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Quebec is beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful old country there.
Oh man. I mean it's I okay, so by trade I am I'm a contractor. So I've been a builder. I love doing restoration. Anything 100 years or more, I love doing because you can't go and use power tools, today's power tools. You have to do things by hand. And I love, like really nice moldings like you find in houses, the old Victorian stuff. So I really love architect. And Quebec's got some of the best looking architect it's just right up my alley. I love that look. And it's almost, doesn't it even have almost like a Swedish touch to it?
I'm not too sure. I was in Quebec City, but I was in the newer part. There's an old Quebec part of the city that's really old. Yeah. I haven't been there, but I'll bet you the architecture there is just beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me while I do my nasty habit.
Yeah, no problem.
Um, well, Wayne, thank you so much.
Yeah.
This has been real fun. I really love talking with you. You're my brother. We go back quite some time, and I love you.
A
And
couple of years now. Yes.
yeah, yeah. And you're a good man. I'm excited for you. I can't wait. Um, I, for you, I can't wait for you to get back home, just so you can, get back to your. But it's almost like you'd rather stay down there,
I
huh?
would love to. I'd love
Yeah.
to. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. Now, I don't know how you feel about that, but anyways, that Better Sheep
Yeah.
video.
Yep. 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 Yep.
What do you think of that? Is that how does that work? I mean, to me, it
Well,
goes with the Bible, but it's not a religious thing. It's
but the thing is, here's the thing, Wayne, is anybody can take and justify any of their thinking of way uh, can be done.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
just like you've got, and I'm not knocking, so please, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but whenever you can take the word, the Holy Bible, and construe it any way that fits your 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 something you're trying to get over. Like there's preachers that go out and you send me $1 and I'm going to bless it and you're going to get $1,000 in return, or you send me $1,000, well you're going to get 1 million in return. But
yeah,
if you don't get it this month, send in a little bit more. Keep praying about it and all that. So, and people will use the word to justify that. Now, I'm not saying nothing about this gentleman, but I do know in the word it it does not the word does not lie about itself. And so in the word it tells me that no man, no angel, nothing knows that time except for our good Lord.
right, yeah, yeah,
God is the only one. So man can sit there now. I mean, I like the way he did some things, but then he started taking some dates, and he is backing up at this set time, this set time, this set time, but nobody actually knows what those set times are to start with. So I'm just saying, for me, yes, and I've said this before, even I've watched it, Wayne, and I told you I'd give you my honest opinion on it.
yeah, yeah,
So the thing is when I watched it, I was truly open minded, open thinking about it, and it made sense. It really made sense. And but my takeaway from it is this. Okay, so what if this is true? So what if what he is saying is true? Um, Now I can see from my point of view is I live every day as if it is.
yeah,
So for somebody to prophesize about it, you know, there's other people that did the same thing and it didn't happen, you know. But to predict, now I do believe this, Wayne. I truly believe that I am living I am living in the ends of time. Um, you know, Things are in motion. And, our forefathers said the same thing. When all these made, like um, the first war, when we had the first World War, people really thought this was the end of times.
yeah,
When United States experienced the Depression, I think the world felt it because, United States, here we are, we're the leaders in all this mess, you know. But the, they really thought that it was and there's people in the pulpits that were preaching, oh, come here, save, it's the end of, the rapture's coming and, and that, but to answer your question, I can get on my own rant, but to answer your question, I liked it. I feel that there was some false information that was not correctly given. But I, if it opens somebody's eyes to bring them to the Lord, come on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm here to receive that part of it. But it gets you to think. It truly does. I personally, um, and this is another discussion we can talk about, Wayne, but there's events that are set up that will be happening. I think those events have been in play for a little bit. Well, since the beginning of time, it's happened.
Yeah.
So we can take the numbers that everybody associates. The number 7, the number 3, the number 21, the number 6, the numbers, all these numbers, and they're associated somehow biblically. That's the saying. So there's not, for me, the Holy Bible is not a puzzle to try to figure out when all these events are going to happen. The Holy Bible for me is a love letter from God, teaching me how to be Christ-like because of His Son. But also it teaches me how to have peace and love, and not let these worldly events drive me nuts. Not live of the world, but live in the world, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it, Wayne. I can see how people that do not believe, not the way I do, but to have a concept of a loving God that could get into those kind of things, and it could really mess with people mentally, because then they feel like, even though that wasn't taken from a religious point, it was more mathematical point.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so, but I feel that those kind of things could be scary for somebody who is trying to find God, and they feel like there's a time frame that I've got to get everything done before this time, where they end up not accepting God's love because of self preservation, self doubt, because we don't feel that we're lovable. We
Yeah.
don't. I mean, because of all the whatever's happened to us in our past, we're built on that belief system. With me, I can talk only about me. I grew up when I was 5 years old. I got put into a orphanage, and I lost, my family. I lost everything. A little boy at 5 years old standing on the front porch, watching everybody leave. And it's like, where am I supposed? Why am I here? What, I didn't understand at 5 years old, but
Yeah.
I built this belief system around that abandonment, that first abandonment in my life. And then, so if I would have not, there was a lot of, there was a lot of abusers in my life that took advantage of me. A lot. Early in my adolescence, my you know, when you're trying to figure out things. But if I would have focused on the hatred of those abusers, then I would have, I would have succeeded when I tried to blow my head off. See you guys. Thank you.
Justin
Thank
and
you for
Christina,
joining.
they got to go. So,
All right.
yeah, thanks for coming in, Justin. And just remember, before everybody goes, the one saying I learned from Michael is, if nobody's told you they loved you today, let me be the first. I love each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. So
Love you
thanks for
too,
that. I
Wayne.
love that saying. I say that on every live.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I am so glad that, I've heard others. There was one guy, I'd never expected this to happen. He was this big, burly guy that just big biker looking dude, big beard. Just he grew up in Alaska, and you get this image of. There used to be a show here called what was it? Grizzly Adams.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Grizzly Adams, you remember what he looked like? Well, my buddy looked just like him. Just like him. And I would sit there, and this was early in my, because I've always used that tagline. But I used to look at him and say, hey, buddy, if nobody's told you they love you today, let me be the first. I love you. Oh, okay. I'm all right. And then again, every time I'd see him, it'd be every day. I'd look at him and say, hey, anybody told you they love you today? So there was one day we was out and about. I was out and about with my girlfriend, and we ran into him. And we were like at Walmart or something like that. And I looked at him and said, hey, buddy, how's it going? And this guy's got a big voice. And so I get halfway down the aisle at Walmart. Actually, I get all the way down to the other end. He's down at the other end. He goes, Michael, Leanne. And I turn around and I look. He goes, if nobody's told you they love you today, I do. I had told this guy for probably a year and a half with no response. And he came off with that, and it floored me. It was just like, you go, buddy. You go. But yeah, I enjoy people picking that one up. It's not mine.
No, I realize that, but it's a good one. I like it, and it's meaningful too at the same time.
It's
very
not cheap.
meaningful.
Yeah.
It's got to come from the heart.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get off here also. Wayne, thank you again so much. I love you, brother. God bless everybody. I love you. If nobody's told you they love you today, I love you. Let me be the second one, because I know God told you first.
That's right. That's right.
All right, my friend. Peace out.
Okay, we'll talk to you again, Michael. And
real soon, buddy.
I'm gonna cut off here too. It's been an hour and 43 minutes, so that's long enough for me tonight.
Give it to 44. Oh, you got 15 seconds. All right, love you guys. All right.
Okay.
All right.
See you, Michael. Good night.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Oh, very cool indeed. That was great. And Sharon, thanks for popping in, my sister. Love you as well. And hopefully I can make it this Monday. I am hoping. Last Monday I was busy, and I did get a notification that it was on, but I was out of the house, so I wasn't anywhere near I could be on. But anyways, all right, guys. I just want everybody to stay kind, be awesome, and stay Nomadic Outlaws. If you're not already, subscribe and give her that thumbs up for what it's worth. And we'll catch you guys all on the next pop-up, if not before Sunday at high noon, my time, Eastern time. Okay, guys, love yous all, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.